I got a quote I want to share with you guys. First of all, I love this hoodie. Thanks, Mom. All right. Love is not just a verb, it's you looking in the mirror. And what does that mean? It pretty much means that you are love and you should be loving yourself to the fullest extent. And a lot of us don't feel that way when we look in the mirror. I know I did for a long time. But this quote meshes with my company, which is gain in value. What does gain in value mean? Well, it pretty much means that for myself, I wanted to increase my self worth. I want to increase the way that I look at myself. If you were to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, most people wouldn't have themselves at a 10. Now, what kind of person is not going to rate themselves a 10? It's probably a person who is not completely happy with themselves. And when they look in the mirror, they're not feeling that happy about what they're seeing, about what's reflected back at them. I was there for a long time, and I've made incredible strides. So I'm reaching out to the people who may be there themselves or have been there. Yeah. Some of us, we get there every now and then. It happens. We're humans. We're emotional. But through hard work, we can make it seem easy and effortless. And that's what gaining value is all about. Now, today's topic is energy depletion. Real quick, not going to drag it out. I'm going to get straight to the point. Every time you wake up in the morning, you start with about 100% energy. And I don't know if you know what it's like. You get home at the end of the day, you're drained. You're on your last leg. You don't know how you made it through the day. And the last thing you want to do is talk to someone or do something for someone else. You just want time to yourself. And that's when the kids come in. Hey, Mom, Dad, come here. You love them. But you roll your eyes and you drag yourself up to give away the last little bit of energy you got. And it's not their fault. And sometimes it's your significant other. As soon as you sit down, like, oh, what a day. Hey, babe. Another eye roll. But they're not kids. Most of the time we take it out on them. But that's not what we want to do. We want to figure out how can we retain enough of our energy to not have to come home feeling depleted and having it impact our most vital relationships. You have to protect the relationship with yourself to be able to function inside of your most vital relationships in life. So, I'm going to do this just 4 quarters, right? So you start off your day, 100%. 4 quarters, $1, 100%. So, you get up in the morning. You're feeling good. You do whatever your morning routine is. You're ready to go to work. Now, if you're someone that goes to a job that they hate, you just lost 25%. Because your energy is going to start to drain from the moment you get in the car and head to that job until you finally clock out. You just lost 25% of your energy right there. So let's keep going with this scenario. You clock out. I don't know. You get a phone call. from your best friend, from your significant other, your mother, your cousin, somebody who just has just a knack for getting you emotionally involved with what they're talking about. And that's the key here. When you get emotionally involved with the events through the day, it has the ability to drain your energy. So, let's say you get into an argument, and by the time you get off the phone, you lost 25 more percent. Right? So you're like, okay, well, that's bad, but at least I got 50% left. I can still hang. I can still make it happen. I got enough to go home and do what I want to do what I need to do, and look forward to the next day being better. And you hop on the freeway, and there's traffic. Not because it's an accident, not because there's construction. It's just because it's a little bit of rain and people don't know how to drive. And so you spend the next 20 to 30 minutes screaming at the top of your lungs, "Hey, asshole! Use a blinker!" Or whatever you say. By the time you get home, you're on your last 25% of energy. So when you walk through the door, you feel exhausted. You got just enough to hold yourself up. And you're hoping for a little bit of seclusion, a little bit of time to yourself to recharge. But that's normally when people need something from you, or they just want to talk. They haven't seen you all day. They love you. But this is the reality. You start off with 100, come home with 25% or less. And that's a real issue. That's a real problem. But how do you protect it? It goes back to what I said earlier. You cannot afford to get emotionally involved with negative things. Positive emotions are fine. But those negative emotions, they're going to drain you. They're going to pull everything out of you. And you are going to be exhausted by the end of the day. Have you ever spent the whole day at home and did nothing, and you still feel exhausted? Like, all I did was talk on the phone all day, and yeah, talking to people about some negative stuff, thinking about negative stuff, and by the end of the day, you're drained. Okay. So, now that you learn what's going on, what you going to do the next day? You wake up. It's all your energy. Are you going to be quick to give it away? Or are you going to work to retain it? Now, it's important to say you can't retain your energy by fighting people with anger. It's negative emotion. It's not going to work. You can shut them down, but you're still going to find that you're losing energy while you're doing it. You're going to have to learn to make peace with where you're at and with the things that you have to get accomplished. You have to learn how to talk to people who come to you in a negative mood and navigate it without getting yourself emotionally involved. That's going to take practice. It doesn't happen overnight. But it's so important to retain your energy so you can put it towards doing the things that you want to do and need to do. Maybe it'll help you escape that job you don't like. So retain your energy. It may not come on with 100%, but that's not what we're trying to do in an immediate fashion. What we're trying to do is not come home depleted. Love yourself. Protect your energy. This is gaining value. Give into self-worth.